Hi, this is writer Uttam. Uh, about 2 or 3 days ago, I read in the newspaper that some people from Nigeria were caught smuggling weed into our country, and then they were planning to take it to other countries. Well, now, first of all, let me tell you something about any kind of drug, the kind of harmful effect any drug has. The first thing is the acute pleasant and unpleasant effects any drug causes. For example, if you're taking some drug like hallucinating drug, then you get hallucination, so you feel very pleasant about it. But then later on, when the after effect of the drug is realized, it's like horribly bad. The second thing about taking a drug is if you've taken a drug and then you have to drive back home, just imagine the risk you're putting on yourself as well as other pedestrians or other parked vehicles. You may just run over these people who are walking, or may bang against the cars. Now that's very, very harmful. The third thing is the harm caused to your physical health, your mental health, uh, the social surroundings in which you move around. People don't look at you very positively. uh, or even your family well-being, like everybody kind of shames you, and even relatives, they try to run away from you. That's another problematic behavior associated with drug use. Then you have physical and psychological dependence on drugs, which is very, very uh, harmful, that you cannot do without them. Then you have that your cognitive abilities, that is your thinking skills, are become more and more weaker, and you are not able to use any of your cognitive abilities, like thinking ability or problem solving ability or even creativity and things like that. Then you also have things like what should I say, how do I put it, that you have things like withdrawal symptoms, like you have deliriums, you have seizures and things like that, even psychotic disorders. And finally, a very important point which I need to make is that if you have a pre-existing disorder like anxiety disorder or mood disorder, taking drugs is going to worsen the whole problem. Now, coming to the original discussion which we had begun with, like some Nigerians caught with weed. Now, I just discussed the kind of harmful effects that these drugs have on your body. What I would want is, first of all, to find out whether these set of Nigerians who had smuggled these goods, these drugs into our country, first of all, are they themselves drug addicts or not? Because some of the time what happens is these people, they themselves are drug addicts, and they tend to the only way they can fund their own drug habit is by selling drugs to others. So if they are drug addict themselves, the first thing the government of any country should do is to make sure that they are de-addicted. And secondly, like as I would like to say that everybody deserves one one ton of forgiveness. So if it is their first time, then they deserve forgiveness, but compulsory, it should be made compulsory that they have to go through this de-addiction program, no matter in which country they do it. And yes, if they are repeat offenders, then there should be very, very strict punishment given out to these people, because then these people have absolutely no sense of responsibility either towards themselves or towards any society to which they belong to. And they will harm the youth of the nation. If they harm the youth of the nation, the backbone of the country is destroyed, the family is destroyed, the society is destroyed, mental peace is destroyed, and there is unhappiness everywhere because of somebody's selfish nature, because they want to make a quick buck out of that without realizing the consequences they are putting others to. These people have no right to move freely in the society, and I would want them to be given very, very severe punishment, no matter in which part of the world they are given punishment, because this kind of selfish nature, like destroying others and making money for yourself, is just not acceptable in any civilized society.